Have you ever been afraid of trying something new because you were scared of failing? If so, today I want to talk to you about two powerful quotes that have deeply shaped the way I think of success and failure. The first is by actor and motivational speaker Denzel Washington. Everyone has the talent to succeed, but do you have the guts to fail? And the second is by British statesman Winston Churchill. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage that continues that counts. Both of these quotes remind us that success isn't just about talent or ability. It's about courage, persistence, and the willingness to keep going even when things don't go as planned. At first glance, Denzel Washington's quote seems simple. It says that talent alone is not enough. Many people have the ability, skill, or potential to succeed, but success doesn't happen unless you are willing to try, fail, and try again. According to Denzel Washington, in his commencement address at the University of Pennsylvania, he reminded graduates, every graduate here today has the training and talent to succeed, but do you have the guts to fail? Showing us that failure is a part of growth. Washington's message is that fear of failure can hold us back way more than actual failure ever could. Churchill quotes adds to this idea. He reminds us that even when we do succeed, that success isn't permanent and failure isn't the end. As noted in the quote of the day, analysis of Winston Churchill words, success is not final, failure is not real. It's our courage that keeps us going and truly defines us. What truly matters is the courage to continue, to keep pushing forward, leaning and improving regardless of the outcome. Together, these quotes show us that courage, not just talent, is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. Facing failure and learning from it is an essential part of growing and ultimately succeeding. For many students, the fear of failure shows up in schoolwork. How many times have we hesitated to ask a question or turn in an assignment because we're afraid of getting it wrong? Imagine a student who struggles with math. They might have the talent to understand the material, but if they avoid practicing problems because they're afraid of making mistakes, they'll never improve. Trying, failing, and asking for help is exactly what leads to better grades and real learning. This example shows that failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone towards success, and it takes courage to keep going even when things are hard. In sports, failure is a part of the game. A basketball player might miss dozens of shots in the practice, or a soccer player might miss game-winning penalty kick. But these setbacks don't mean they aren't talented. Instead, every missed shot teaches them something: how to adjust, how to concentrate, and how to stay calm under pressure. Over time, practicing despite failure is what makes them a better player. This illustrates Washington's idea that you must be willing to fail in order to succeed, and Churchill's idea that failure isn't final if you have the courage to continue. Learning something like playing an instrument, painting, or coding usually starts with failure. When you first learn guitar, your fingers hurt and the chords sound awful. When you paint your first picture, it might look like not what you hoped. In the same speech, Washington shared that he failed his first audition 30 years before winning a Tony Award. Proof that success often comes after setbacks. But each mistake teaches you what to do differently next time. And with each attempt, you get better. The process shows that failure isn't something to fear, it's the pathway to improvement. And every step forward requires courage. Denzel Washington himself has shared stories about failing early in life before he succeeded. In his commencement speech, he talked about auditioning for roles and being rejected many times. Yet he continued to work hard and eventually achieved great success in film and theater. Winston Churchill, too, faced setbacks during his lifetime and through wartime leadership. Yet he persisted and faced the great adversity. This idea is sometimes called failing forward, turning failure into a way of learning, not a reason to give up. By embracing failure and continuing courageously, both men built resilience, determination, and ultimately successful careers. These quotes resonate with me because they remind me that failure is something to fear. It's a part of the learning process. Whether I'm trying something new, working on a challenging project, or pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, I know that mistakes are not the end. their chance to improve. By asking, do you have the guts to fail, and reminding us that failure is not fatal, Washington and Churchill challenged us to be brave, to risk big goals, and to let fear stop us from trying. Everyone may have a talent to succeed, but true success comes only when we are willing to take risks, face failures, and keep moving forward with courage. This is the message both Denzel Washington and Winston Churchill shared in their inspirational words, and it is a lesson we can all apply in our lives. Thank you.